So let me know if you like this spread. It doesn't mean I'm going to do it all the time, but I'd like to know if you like it so I could possibly do it in the future. The way this spread works is this is going to be your energy over the next week. This is going to be your person's energy over the next week. And by person, I mean your current partner, your ex-partner, somebody you're interested in, whoever it is that you have on your mind in terms of love. Then we have challenge, benefit, and outcome. Okay, let's get started, Scorpios. Okay, so we have the moon here this week. So there could be this sense of secrecy, okay, hidden information. And I can actually see that because this actually mirrors the Magician card reversed in your person's reading. And this is a very, very manipulative, selfish, conniving type of personality, okay? And maybe they're not like this all the time, but whatever it is that they are doing is you're sensing it. So here comes your watery intuition picking up that something's off, okay? And something is off. Now, we also have the Ten of Wands reversed. So for you, this really means that you're kind of dropping things to allow more time for love or for relaxation or for whatever. So you've been really busy and you're kind of taking things off your plate. Maybe a project got finished at work. Maybe you've been dating a lot and you're kind of narrowing down the options, or trying to get this person back, or trying to spend more time with this person. Those types of energies, okay, when we have the Ten of Wands reversed. And again, though, because you're becoming more calm and less busy in your day-to-day life, it's also allowing your intuition to kind of peak. And again, you're picking up some odd behavior here. They're really slowing down in their communication on whatever level that means. They're really slowing down their communication with the Page of Pentacles. And so the other thing too with this dynamic is, just because they're slowing down doesn't mean that they are being really deceitful. You may think that they are acting like this because they're changing their behavior, but it might not actually be the case. But more so likely the case that they're changing the behavior because something sneaky is going on. Okay, that's a more likely scenario, especially if you're just like in a dating scenario, or you've been seeing someone for a while, but you know, it's not like this long-term commitment. Okay. All right. Page of Cups. So what do you do? What do you do in response to this energy? How do you feel? You feel, one, like you want to be more present in the relationship. Maybe you haven't been able to in the past, but now you can. So you're going to be offering this communication. And again, they might be slowing down the communication because maybe you're just picking up the communication. Maybe you're more available now, or more interested, or wanting to reconnect with them more. And so you're going to be, the Page of Cups is a watery energy. So you're going to be the one initiating that conversation with respect to love. Even if you're completely single, Scorpios, even if you're completely single, there's somebody we all have somebody on our mind at some time, at some point. Whether it be our current partner, ex, someone we're interested in, or somebody who's really catching our eye. We always have somebody on our mind. That's what this is, okay? So they might be slowing down communication because you're increasing communication, but then we also have the Knight of Wands here. And this is a very action-oriented card. The Knight of Wands can also indicate somebody that comes in and out of your life all the time. This is the card of Sagittarius. It can indicate traveling. It can indicate kind of going to and fro in a very positive, light, friendly manner. But it does mean, it can indicate somebody that comes and goes. So you might be kind of sensing that this might be starting to happen again. And so you're trying to save it and rectify it by increasing this communication. Because ultimately, Scorpios, you've really narrowed down your options. You are wanting to be with this person, or you are with this person. It's not like you're out dating a gazillion people. And even if you are, you're really narrowing down your options to this person that you're wanting to be with. Okay? There's deep feelings there on their side too. I'm sensing they feel the same way, which is very odd that they're being sneaky and mischievous and deceitful. Very manipulative. Okay? The thing with manipulation is that a lot of times people will manipulate because they care, or they think they care. They think they love. Or they do love. So they're trying to manipulate things to get the situation to a place where they want. So manipulation doesn't have to be bad. Okay? Everybody manipulates everything every day in your life. When you wake up in the morning and get ready to go out and see the world or go to work, you manipulate your body, right? You do your hair, you do your makeup, or you put on a nice suit, you take a shower. That's manipulating the current state. So yes, the word manipulation has a very negative connotation. It can, but it also doesn't have to be horrible. Okay? Especially because these other cards here are kind of indicating that they're not being crazy deceitful and cunning and conniving. They can be, but the fact that they are loving, they love you, and they're feeling this connection with you, and it seems like you kind of have some sort of history or past here, because they can be coming and going. And the thing with the Page of Pentacles is it is indicative of somebody that is honest and true in communicating in a way that builds a firm foundation. And so this manipulation can be in the form of pulling back because they want you to increase your level of interest. Okay, that doesn't have to be a game. It can be just working with human behavior. They know that to increase your attraction, they have to pull back a little bit. But in essence, yeah, that's a manipulation. But it doesn't have to be a bad one. Okay. Challenge is the Wheel of Fortune reversed. So this energy that you're feeling from them it's setting you off on some way where you're feeling like things are going your way. Maybe you're feeling like, uh-oh, here we go again. They're going to leave again. Okay. You're feeling something's a little off, and it's because something is a little off. Things are not going to go 100% your way in this week. Okay. Doesn't mean they're going to be completely opposite of being wretched and horrible. So don't jump to that conclusion. It just means that it's not going to be perfectly smooth and like smooth sailing through the week. You're going to feel a little off. Your benefit, though, is the Seven of Pentacles. What I love about the Seven of Pentacles reversed is it means that you're kind of realizing that there's growth in the relationship or in your love life, realizing that it's going to take work, and then getting excited to do the work. Normally when it's upright, he's like, oh, I'm tired. I don't know if I want to keep going. This is getting really hard, but it's still worth it because I see the fruits of my labor, all that type of stuff. But when it's reversed, he's like, it's go time. Let's do it. I'm ready. Let's keep this garden growing. And that's a benefit, is you're going to have this increased energy. And again, you're increasing conversation. You're narrowing down or have narrowed down your options. And then your outcome card is a lot of communication. There's going to be a lot of communication. These can also be considered the arrows of love or Cupid's arrows. So there is, as we move through the week, it kind of seems, and these aren't really there's not really a timeline like first of the week, second of the week, third of the week. But at the same time, if I look at these, the progression of both of them, it seems like things get a lot better as we move through the week. And then also Scorpio, at the bottom of the deck, which I completely forgot to talk about first, we have the King of Cups. So this is good because this means that you are going to be very much in control of your emotional state. Okay, you're not going to fly off the handle. You're not going to manipulate back. You're just going to be steadfast and in control of your emotional state throughout the entire week. Okay, all right, Scorpios, thank you so much. All right, bye.